Welcome to Jam with Cam. I truly hope I can support you on your music journey. If you want to play the piano or guitar by ear, keep watching. If you want this almost as bad as you need oxygen, keep watching. If you have already invested in instruments, keep watching. If you are capable and willing to invest in your development as a musician, keep watching. Now, if you had to say no to any of those questions, this isn't for you, but I hope this is for you and that you'll stay. Now, so there aren't any surprises, here's the schedule for today. First, I'll explain the barriers many people face when trying to learn by ear skills. Some or all these barriers will sound familiar to you. Second, I'll demonstrate the strategies that a solid music program must include to help students break through all of their barriers. Third, I'll describe the 4 levels of ear playing so that you know where you fit on that spectrum. Yep, it's a spectrum, and we're all on it somewhere. And fourth, instead of trying to entice you to buy a program with fancy endorsements from my students who are already succeeding, I'm going to let you test drive 4 different lessons and see for yourself if your learning style and my teaching style and approach are actually a match. My promise to you is this: I won't attempt to sell you anything in these videos. You will simply have an experience. If you are certain that enrolling in my program is going to make you the ear player of your dreams and that my lesson content resonates with you, then you can book a Zoom call with me and I will explain my pricing options to you. So relax, enjoy this content. Even if we never do business together, you're going to learn some valuable things here, and I'm okay with that. All right, so on to our schedule. First, we'll discuss some barriers. There are many false beliefs about what ear playing is or means. Because of these, most people wrongly assume that they will never be able to do it. It's true that some people have perfect pitch and others have perfect relative pitch, etc., but these gifts are not a guarantee of success or having musical knowledge. Did you know that pure ear players have a glaring weakness too? If a person only knows how to play from hearing music first, chances are they simultaneously don't know their note or chord names very well, and they struggle to collaborate because they feel illiterate in the world of music. Now, anyone who wants to perform with other musicians needs at least a basic knowledge of harmony structures and chord labels to feel confident enough to contribute to their group. On the other side of this, people who are so good at reading notes on a page can feel very lost as soon as the book is taken away. They watch live bands play and they think to themselves, how do those people know what notes to play next? And there are also people who love music. They feel something when they hear it, but they don't necessarily have natural replicating ability, and reading notes on a page is equally frustrating to them. Does it mean that there's no hope? Well, for a music program to truly address the needs of all types of learner in the ear-playing world, there needs to be training in these 3 areas. First, the language of chord symbols must be taught. It's written in a type of shorthand and includes letters, regular numbers, and Roman numerals. Making sense of this is the basis for all the skills that ear players use. Second, the program must include strategies that show a student where to put their wrists and fingers to produce their chords on their instrument of choice. Third, the program must introduce rhythm and style as soon as possible so that we're producing songs, not just some chord blocks. If you're following me closely, you may be asking yourself, hey, if I am playing by ear, why am I still being asked to look at something on the screen or a printout? Good point. But here's where it gets interesting. Once a student has a knowledge of chords, there is still a lot to do that involves listening. Knowing your chords is the basis, but then listening to the original recording tells us which inversion to play the chords in, which rhythms to use, etc. Now to my next point. Remember, earlier I said that there were 4 levels of ear playing. Getting to level 4 is the ultimate goal, but even being efficient at level 1 or 2 would still give you confidence to be on stage as a self-accompanied singer. The first level only applies to sight readers who are migrating over. Being able to play using a lead sheet like this one is proof that you've mastered level 1. People who don't read sheet music just get to start at level 2. Level 2 ear players perform using a chord and lyric chart. The chord symbols are written above the lyrics, and their horizontal position is strategic. The person who writes a chord chart puts the chord changes as close as possible to the lyric so that the chord change played on the instruments happens in sync with the singing part. Level 3 ear players are able to take a double-spaced lyric sheet and write in all of the chords as they hear them. Now, what makes the jump possible to level 3? Well, the student at this point has gotten used to hearing the most commonly used chords and some chord progressions. And if you're new to that term, a progression is the order that a group of chords are played in. Progressions often repeat multiple times within a song too. And after you've done this for a while, you actually get to a point where it becomes predictable and you can guess where things go and you start guessing right. That's how you make the jump to level 3. And here's something else that's really cool. If you know one progression really well, it usually means that you already play a bunch more songs that use that same progression. So just transfer your knowledge. It's awesome. At level 4, a performer can hear and decipher chords and melodies so well that they can just play them right after. A literate level 4 player can also communicate with other musicians about what key they're playing in and what chords they are using so that other people could play along. To get to level 4, most of us need to drill and practice melodic intervals and chords. So now the fun part. Instead of just hearing about all this stuff, I want to set you up for success. I want to explain how you can get the most out of the free lesson videos that I'm giving you on the next page. So here's what to do next. Click the button below this video that takes you to the lesson page, but you need to be near your piano or guitar to participate. Next, watch the videos and follow along on your instrument. I recommend doing them in the order that they appear because the activities actually build on each other. Now, once you're done those, if you are loving this content and know that this has to be your path forward, click the Book Call Now button and we will meet on a Zoom call to discuss your pricing options. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far. Maybe we'll become even better friends and you can become the ear player you've always wanted to be.